On the 19th of April, Donald L. Heflin has come up with a major news update for all of you guys interested in going to the United States and getting your visa for whatever class it may be for the most part, B-1, B-2, H-1B, L-1. There's of course F-1, J-1, M-1, all of these visa types. You guys should be listening carefully because this news, this update is big. All of these news points, I have 5 points over here by the way. These are for mostly different visa types and these actually cater to whatever is going to happen in the future, in 2022 only, but in the future, how things are going to change if you are hoping to get your visa in 2022. Now we have every single one of us has struggled for the actual visa over here on this portal because we're not able to get a slot, and the visa portal has been making it very difficult for us to even get a single slot. For most of you guys, I know this is the story and that's essentially why you are here. And just in case you're still facing that issue, you can continue to work with us. You can take a look at YMGrad.com/services, and the first thing you'll find over here, the most popular one, is the visa application help, where we take care of everything end to end. There's really nothing that we will not cover for you. Everything is covered. But just in case you're doing it by yourself as well, that's also great, and this channel can help you greatly, so make sure to subscribe so that we can keep bringing such updates to you guys. So this Tuesday, 19th of April, Donald L. Heflin has made some major updates, has given some major updates in the press conference, and that's what we're talking about today. The first thing we actually saw that came right at us was that Don actually promised us that there would be 800,000 visas that would be given away in the next 12 months. Whereas he also stated that the pre-COVID levels were 1.2 million. So it's still not meeting the pre-COVID levels by any chance. It's almost 2/3 of that. But at the same point of time, even if it was 2/3 of that, I do not believe that there would be such a dearth of slots that we have been seeing for the most part. Even getting a single slot can sometimes take 2 to 3 weeks, and that's essentially the hardest part of the process. And that even after 2 to 3 weeks, when the slot opens up, it's for like 2 minutes, less than that for the most part. So it's very difficult for you guys to get these slots. And again, we actually have been in the process one-on-one firsthand, so we already know what you have been experiencing. The second point that Donald made was actually not really something that sat right with me. It said that student visa capacity has been already at pre-COVID levels since last summer, that is summer of 2021. And he said that 62,000 visas were issued for students last fall, and they're hoping to surpass this number. For me, I personally think that, look, given my knowledge, I do understand that over 200,000 students have been going to the US every single year from India, at least in pre-COVID levels. So it does not make sense if 62,000 visas and only 62,000 have been given out, because that's not even half the amount of students that go to the US every year. And given the process, given the time it has been taking us and the amount of people we work with, we've already seen for the most part that they have not been releasing enough slots for the most part. So it's really not even up for competition. I would say that this claim is actually untrue. The next claim Donald makes is point number 3, which essentially says that, look, in the next 12 months, we aim to have 300,000 visas issued for H and L visa classes. This is basically H1, H4, L1A, L1B, all of those classes, L2, whatever class you are from, basically this applies to your class. Now, would they open 300,000 slots, or would they actually give away so many slots? Based on the last few weeks, or even I would say years, it's highly unlikely, and I do not believe in it. But at the same point of time, I truly wish that they do. Next, Don also stated that appointments were available for most visa types out there about 10 days back, and these appointments were for the month of June to July, mid-June to mid-July. Now, this is actually not exactly true, because the appointments actually, I believe, were available somewhere around 26th of May when they opened up suddenly in the evening, and I believe it lasted for at least a couple dozen minutes. But at the same point of time, the slots were open for June and July, and we basically got all these slots for all the people who enrolled with us by that time. But at the same point of time, these slots were not open for basically students who wanted to interview again for the second time. And secondly, on top of that, that was actually not 10 days back, Mr. Donald. That was much before, I believe somewhere around 20 days, almost 18-20 days back. And finally, point number 5 that Don stated is that for the B1, B2, that is tourism and business visa types, about 500 appointments will be released every single day starting the 1st of September. But most of you guys, you want to travel right now. You don't want to wait till September, because really it doesn't really make sense, right? If you wanted to go in September, you would apply for a visa in September. If you want to go right now, you should apply for the visa right now. So again, I'm not so certain about that. We did get a couple of slots for September, but we also got a couple for June about 3 weeks back. And, you know, I believe about 1.5 weeks back, we got one slot for August. So I'm not quite, sure about this process, but maybe it may be correct, it may not be correct, but this is something in the future like we cannot really predict as of now. But at the same point of time, you should know that this does not mean that no appointments will open up for the dates earlier than that. They may, and you still may get them, but at the same point of time, you will have to be very, very active, because it doesn't say that, look, we won't open, even 100 slots for June or July. Something like that has not been claimed at all. So these are your weekly updates for the visa. I will continue to give you the updates for the US visa process, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. And just in case, again, if you need help with the process, the visa application help service and my WhatsApp number will be in the description, so you can go ahead and make sure that you reach out to me. All right, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you in the next one.